So, but they were hammered and they were drinking way before they got here. Okay, so they were really drunk. And so the bride that was going to get married finally goes to the restroom at one point. And this place is packed with people, and these girls are just... Alcohol does not create a quiet person, okay? So they were all just very, very loud. And when they took off and when she went off to the bathroom, as soon as she disappeared behind those doors, they started talking about him. They didn't like him. And they were drinking truth serum. Remember, maybe it was tequila, the same thing. So now I'm sitting here, and now the guy's sitting here at this table where he's at, and he's got his family. Now I'm avoiding this table because they don't like this guy, and they're talking about bad things about what he's done to all of them. So I'm now staring at this guy. He's staring at me. We're pretending like we're not hearing anything, but you can't avoid it because they're drinking tequila. So they get up and they leave, and then he goes, well, what do you think they meant? What are you going to make of that, Pat? And he was asking me, because I write songs, and I go, well, everyone makes their own love. So I wrote down, everyone makes their own love. You know, in other words, in your own mind. Everybody puts their own person on the pedestal. In other words, those girls weren't going to marry that guy. She was going to marry that guy. Who are we to judge what's going to happen? I didn't know those people. So I'm driving home in my construction truck, and I start writing songs. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing about driving and writing. It's a lot safer to text. I tell you right now, you're much better off texting than you are writing a song in a truck. There's dead mailboxes all along the way. But anyway, I got home and I had all these words, and it's getting late, and I'm watching the World Series of Poker Championship, and it's because it's on ESPN. It's a sport, girls, you know. Poker's a sport now. It's on ESPN. So I was watching the World Series of Poker finals, and it's the same guys as the guy in the cowboy hat, the dark glasses, the same cast of characters that always make that last table. Seemed to always have made it. And they were interviewing these guys, and they go, well, how come you guys, what makes you guys special to make this last table every year like you do? And they go, well, none of us are afraid to go all in. So go on. So there's my title. That's how I got it. Okay, now I don't have any music. Now I'm sitting there at 5 in the morning. I got all this stuff, and I'm practically done with this thing. And so I give it a break, and I turn on, and I'm flipping to Charlie Rose. Charlie Rose is interviewing Tom Petty. They're just sitting there talking. You know, and I think it's interesting. So because Charlie Rose asked some questions about Tom's music and how he comes up with what he comes up with. So he goes. So he says, Tom goes, how do you write these hits? And Tom says, well, I take 3 chords. Tom says, well, I take 3 chords and I do them and I keep it real simple. And then I just do those 3 chords. So Tom Petty took the guitar and he did something like this. He goes, that's pretty much it right there, Charlie. It's how I write my hits. I just keep it real simple. That's how I wrote my hits. And he goes, well, how do you follow that up? He goes, well, I take those same 3 chords and I do them backwards. And I thought, that's when it came to me that Tom Petty is a genius. That's when it came to me. So, because I didn't have any music, and so I decided to write this song. So I gave credit to Tom Petty. I gave credit to him, see? Yep. So this is basically a Tom Petty song that he's never heard. Because I wrote it.